Hi friends, it's Rhonda from Joy Junktique. I just want to welcome you back to my channel, and if you're new here, well, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm still working on figuring out the giveaway since I've reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. So I'm still working on that, and I'm gonna get that together, and I'll be announcing that soon. Today what I wanted to do is just turn the camera on. I was sitting here working on a journal for Christy Everlasting Journals. I've been gathering up papers, and I printed out a lot of her pages from the kit, and so I've just been sitting here putting it together, and I just went ahead and put the bound it together. So I thought I would maybe add a few things and just turn the camera on while I did that. So these pages in this kit are beautiful, by the way. I think this is set 19. I'll have to link it all below, but this is all from the kit, and it's gorgeous. Now the handmade paper is from IntheFaith Inspirations, but and this is copy dyed paper, but all of the printed pages are from her kit, and they are just so pretty. I just love it, and I love how it's coming together. I even tore a little piece off and added it to this little fold out just to bring in some more of that pretty design. So I'll just show you what I have so far. This I just tore off of one of the sheets. It's kind of, her sheets are kind of like collaged, so you have a lot of options with it. So I just pulled off a little piece that was in the collage and made a little flip out there. It's just all really, really pretty, I think. Very vintage, and it has a lot of this handwriting and lace, and there's an old receipt that I left in one piece so you could fold it out. The back sides are just as pretty. So I hope everybody's doing well today. I've had my granddaughter here this week, and she's been helping me organize my old jewelry and my ribbons and lace, and we still have a long way to go, but we've got a good jump start on it. She's been a really big help, and helped me to get it a little more functional for the time being. There's a beautiful swan and its baby. I even added this, it's kind of like wax paper. I'm not sure what it is, but I added that in there. It's all crinkly. But I love these pages. They're pretty. And the handmade paper by IntheFaith Inspirations is just as pretty too. It adds a lot of texture to the journal. So, and then I just tore off a couple of leftover pieces. This one I put that way, and this one I put this way. So you have a pocket here, and you have a pocket here. And there's the back. And when I looked at this page, I noticed the brown paper on it, and I had just an old paper bag that somebody had wadded up, and so of course I unwadded it and put it in my stash, and it ended up being perfect for this project. And what I did is I just printed this off and glued it to the page. I also had kind of inked up the edges and inked up all the little wrinkles so that it looked a little bit more aged. And then on the inside, I just took another one of those pages and tore it with my ruler around the edges to size and glued it down. So that, yeah, I think it turned out really nice like that. And I just kind of distressed some of the edges here too by folding the little edges back and gluing them down where it looks like it's been there forever. So let's see. One thing I wanted to do was to add some sari silk ribbon. I have this bluish gray color, and I thought it would look really pretty with it. So I thought I would take and just kind of glue it here on the edge of that spine to kind of secure this better and to cover the string. So let me do that real quick. So I'm just going to kind of go down the spine to begin with. And then I'll come back and add more where it needs it. I need one more hand. So I'm just going to go down, opening that up, and sticking it to that spot of glue. A little more complicated to open this up and hold the journal. We'll get there. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of let it sit on that glue. Pull it up a little bit. And that'll at least kind of hold it so that I can come back and put some more glue. I'll pull it up just a little bit more. So let's just put another little line of glue right here. Not using much because I don't want it to go through my ribbon. And just kind of let it be crinkled as you glue it down. And we're going to do the other side. But I have enjoyed getting to work on organizing a little bit this week. I have so much to do, and it just gets overwhelming when you're trying to do everything all at the same time. And so I was so thankful for her help this week. But we ended up figuring out a little system. I had ordered some paint sticks a long time ago and never got to use them, so we used those to wrap some ribbon around. And then we also used the little clothespins, and so they turned out really cute and got the drawer all organized with the ribbons that I have inside anyway for my little craft space inside. I also have a craft building outside, but it is a mess right now. No working done in there right now. It's just too cluttered and too messy. So that'll come in time. Just gonna try to pace myself and do little by little. I'll get there eventually. Okay, I'm just making sure I've got all those edges at least somewhat glued down. So that's what that looks like. And I'll go back and put a little more glue here and there if I need to. So that's looking pretty. I'll get this little piece here that's gonna bug me if I don't. Okay, then what I thought I would do, I have this little piece of lace, little miniature like doily things. So I thought I would do that like that so that it secures it a little better. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm just going to take and glue this down in the middle of this best I can without making a mess. So I did kind of take a break this week from like being on Instagram a whole lot and everything, just so I could spend more time with her and we could get all of our work done. Okay, I may go back and even get on the sewing machine and just stitch right there to make sure it stays. So, but that's going to be pretty. Well, I have had so much fun learning. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, but I've had fun learning how to do these videos, and I still have so much farther to go. But I learned something new with every video, so I guess that's progress. I learned some little something, even if it's just tiny, tiny. So it's all, you know, it all encourages me to keep going. And of course, y'all do with all your sweet comments. I appreciate it so much. Y'all just don't know how much it means to me. Let me cut this piece off. Okay, so let's see how that's gonna work. Let me go this way with it. I like this side better, and I didn't get that quite as long as I wanted, but maybe it'll work. Let's see. Let's just try it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so let's get inside. I just wanted to show what I was doing with that. So inside, I wanted to add some ephemera. So we have this lady back here. We're gonna have, I mean, all of this is gonna be duplicated in the journal, but, where'd she go? She's here somewhere. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and make some ephemera pieces too, because they're just too pretty not to use them again. So we can either have her, or we can have the flowers. We can have this, or we can have both. So we'll probably do that. Let me go ahead and ink that. Just so it stands out a little bit more. There we go. I have always loved using paper bags for stuff. I don't know why. I just love how old it looks, and you know, it's just a piece from the past, because I remember going to the store and bringing home groceries in paper bags, so I'm sure a lot of you do too. So it's just, I don't know, I just love paper bags. I watched Heather on Ruby and Pearl, and her video of using the paper bag behind her little tag, I think she made tags, wasn't that tags? Her ephemera, but little pocket tags, I think is what she did. They were so pretty. So it was nice to watch Ruby and Pearl and remind myself of how much I like to use paper bags. So it kind of inspired me to do that on here too. Let's see, I kind of like this here. Maybe that there instead. Okay, got some more pockets in here somewhere. So here's a flip out. I think we'll just pin this to this, and that way it'll stay closed with it. I'll get a paper clip or something and clip that to it. That'll be fun. It'll be pretty right there. And then when you turn the page, that'll be showing out from under there. I like that. Let me see if I can find a paper clip. This is my old rusty jar full of stuff, but I probably don't have not one paper clip in there. Looks like all pins. So I may have to do some more. I'll probably have to make some more. That's okay. So that's gonna go there. I'm just gonna tuck it here for now until I get a paper clip. Okay. I'm gonna end up with my arm in that ink if I don't close it. So then here's that fabric. Here's another pot. Oh, that's a flip out. Okay, so we'll just wait on that one. So here's a pocket, and here's a pocket. So maybe we could put the flowers here. and here. Something like that. I could even, I'm all tangled up over here. If I clean up my mess, I wouldn't be, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna cut this little edge off. And then I think I'm just gonna fold this up and put it in there. It'll be a duplicate, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so we got that. And I'll probably come back and embellish these a little bit more, just to add some detail to them. We'll save that. Love the crinkly paper. Okay. Okay. Oh, I know what. I was going to put this in one of those side pockets. That's what I'll do. And then I can move the other one to the very back in that little tuck spot. Okay. So I like that there. Or we could do this one here and let that edge come out a little bit, so you kind of see it. I just need to ink it. Ink that back side a little bit. Okay. Alright, so then we have that there. So you can kind of see that little edge. And then we'll tuck this here. I think it's looking pretty. I love all the different textures and layers. I have some roses too, so this I will put here. Let's see, I'm gonna have to fold that different. So I'm just gonna do it like this. We'll let the little angel show. See how that works. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm just gonna ink that a little up on the edges a little. That's pretty good. Perfect. So there's that. That's sweet. Alright, so I still have these little pieces that I just had left over. I have this little rose that I fussy cut out of one of the pictures. I had found a place earlier, if I can find it. See where that was at. Maybe it was here. I was going to add some color. I think it was. Alright, so I'm just going to ink this up so it defines it. Okay. So we're going to put it kind of like that, kind of hanging off a little bit. Let me just go ahead and put some glue. We go. You could always tuck a little piece of ephemera in there like that. So, we'll see. Alright. So what do y'all think? I'll come back and do a complete flip through whenever I get it all done. All the little details added. So I was looking at this tag and it's just not substantial enough to me. I mean, it just doesn't stand out from this enough to me. So I thought, I had this leftover piece here, So I think I'm just going to glue it to that and tear around the edges and ink it, and then I will kind of stick that down in there. And I'm only going to tear around this edge. So let me get that done really quick, and we'll see how that looks. Because I just want it to fill up that space a little better. And we can always tuck something behind it instead if this doesn't work out, but I had this extra piece, so I thought I would just try it and see. Just gonna kind of stay true to that tear right there. Okay, so then we could put this on here, maybe even at a little angle. And I like that better. I just like it to be a little bit more substantial there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold this down where I've got it. Just put a little glue. Just like that. And then I'm going to ink up this edge. And see what happens. I think it'll look good like this. That way I feel like I'm not wasting anything either. I just love to use as much of the kit as I can whenever I'm doing these projects, just to show exactly what you can do with all of it, because there's so many possibilities. So, and then we could still come back and put something like a little, some kind of little something here, trinket or ribbon or something, and that would be cute. But I just think it's turning out so pretty. I like this kit, very pretty. Just a lot of different elements, all kind of collaged together. But it just has a lot of character, and that's what makes things so pretty. It's just the variety and the character, and just kind of mixing things, you know, mixing things up and seeing how it all comes together. So, and then I had this ribbon. It's not ribbon. It actually came off of like a little tablecloth, and I cut it off. So I was thinking adding this to the bottom so that whenever you are looking at it from this way, you'd have the cute little lace hanging out the bottom. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue here on the edge. And I'm going to get a spot that is wide enough to cover good right there. So I'm just going to go to that, and I'm going to kind of tuck it up under there. Make sure it's up far enough. And that'll add some more vintage pretty there. So just cut this off. And I've tried to make sure that I have it, I'm going to cut my bag, have that it even to where I'm not having to cut these in half. So I'll just trim this side, trim that right there. have this cute little lace hanging out the bottom of it. And I will probably put some music paper behind here, just to add a little bit more. Let me do that right now. Okay, so my music paper was too brittle, so I found this piece of a catalog. I'm just going to fold this up and put it in this pocket. And that way it'll have a little something extra in there. So just do it like this. Just another filler. Okay, so I thought before I would end the video, I would just come back on and show the finished product, and just do a little flip through of it. So this is what I ended up with. I ended up tying these little charms, just a little heart lock and key, to my sari silk ribbon, and using it as the tie. So when you tie it, it just hangs down and looks like that. So I really liked how that ended up turning out on that. But here is the complete finished journal, and here's the back. So as we open it back up, this just comes off and sets to the side. And so remember, this was paper bag. It kind of even looks almost like leather, but I just like the really aged feel of that paper bag, and I think it just worked really well with this kit. So as you open it up, we had done this tag together, and I just added some lace, a little piece of that same crocheted lace that went at the bottom here, the tatting. And so that's that tag, and it slides down into this little pocket that I made. And then this was that little piece of a catalog. So as we go through these beautiful pages, a lot of them you saw before, but I'm just going to do a little flip through of it. And so I also pulled some tags from her other kit that I had used, which was set 11, I believe. So as I added the little ephemera in here, some of that is from the other kit, and it just coordinated with it really well. So this is one piece from that other kit, and this was the piece that I had put in there, and I just added a little piece of the sari silk and a little snippet of lace, a little bead on an old rusty safety pin. So those slide back in there. And this was a piece of paper that my grandbabies had dyed for me, and they used some flavored tea, and it actually smells wonderful. But I thought this greenish color, and it has a little tiny bits of blue here and there, and it just went really well with this, so I tucked a piece of it in there too. So let's just flip through the journal. This was the little rose corner piece that I added this to, and I just added some snippets there. I added a little scrap piece here with the little writing on it. There's that bird tag, and I just added I just punched a hole and put a little ribbon through it. I ended up using the little Tim Holtz clips to hold it on. And then this was another piece from the other kit. And see how well that just coordinates with this kit. So I think these two kits would work really well together. Okay, and here I have this really old set of, I say really old, I'm assuming they're really old, but it's a card set. There they go. And so there's this one, and then there's this green one. And so I just used one of these cards, and I just added some netting to it. If I can get that off. I added some netting to the back, and then just a little piece off of one of the pages. So, and then this was a piece from the other kit. So just tuck that back on there under that same little clip that's holding that on. And then here was the little fold out. So I added a little piece of lace to the side. I added some little silk torn ribbon and the little stamp that came off of one of the pages. And then I had this little piece of, like a leftover piece of a doily or something. So I glued that to the back so it would stick out from the top. And I thought that turned out cute. And then on the back side, there's where I glued it. But whenever you open this, then it reveals this really pretty piece from the kit. And what I did here is I left it, I only glued the sides so that there would be a little hidden pocket here. And so I tucked this little piece that was torn off of one of the pages. It was just a leftover piece I had. And so I just folded it up where this design would show, and it just opens up to the back was my coffee dyed paper. So there's that. So that'll slip back in there. And then this was a piece from the other kit, and so was this. So I just made a cute little lace belly band here to slide those down in. And then I took, this was also from the other kit, but it mimics the same as what was in this kit. So that worked really well to use that piece from the other kit with this one. And so what I did is I just glued the corners to make a little tuck, and then I took this tiny little piece that was left off of an old tablecloth and I glued it here, and then I folded it over and glued it here so it would hang over the top. And there's just a little tag from the kit. So on this side, we did this together the other day. So that looks really nice tucked in there with it peeping out the side here. There's the center. Now this, I just took a lot of the leftover pieces. I had an old book page, a French book page, that was already, you know, the right size and everything. So I just folded it in half to make a little booklet. This is a piece from the kit. These are pieces from the kit, more brown paper bag. And what I did is just, I pinned a little piece here to this side. And then over here, I just stapled all these little pages, little pieces together. So it's like a little notepad with just pieces left. And actually, some of them were longer. So I just folded this over the back. And then I added this piece of lace and this piece, or this trim and this piece of lace. So that just folds up into a tiny little booklet that I tuck in here behind this pocket. So, and then I had added that lace. This was another little tag. I believe that was in this kit. It might have been from the other kit. Either way, it looks good in here. So, and then this was that other little tag that I punched a hole in and added the ribbon. And then I had this little bead dangle that I added that tiny little flower, lace flower to. And another Tim Holtz clip. And I could come back and tuck something here too. I may find something for that. So I went ahead and found a little piece right here to put under this clip on the other side of this one. And so I just fussy cut a piece of the design and inked it and put it there under that clip. And I love it. Here was another little piece left over from the kit. I made a pocket out of it and added this lace to the top. And then this little tag was in the other kit too. And it's so cute because it has the little angel in there too. Added the little lace at the corner. I just went ahead and added another piece that I had extra behind this little tag, just to kind of fill in that space. So that works. This was another little leftover piece that I made a tag out of and tucked behind these roses. And here I had just some more pieces left, and I had some coffee dyed paper, just enough to make a little notepad here. So I punched holes through here. Actually, first I just reinforced it with a tiny little piece of cardstock there, glued to this page, and then I took all of it and punched holes, and then ran my sari silk ribbon through there and tied it on the back. So then this page has a really pretty little ribbon hanging. But this is just a little notepad with scrap pieces. And then this was another piece from the other kit, which went right along with, there's a page that looks just like that from this kit right here. So I made a little pocket out of it, added some lace to the corner, and then this was left over, just a piece of cardstock that was left with this design. So I made a bookmark out of that and tucked it in there, added some sari silk. And then there's that page we had done together, and then I added another page, the leftover of that tea dye paper that my grandbabies had done. And it smells kind of like sweet, like blueberry, and I'm not sure, they mixed some teas that got this color effect, but it smells wonderful. So that tucks in there, and then that's all of it. So I love how it ended up turning out. I'm always kind of questioning myself as I start and not sure of what I want to do in it. But as I keep going, it all ends up coming together in the end. So I really enjoyed making this journal, and these pages are so pretty. So there's a lot of possibilities, especially when you combine it with that the other kit. So the one I used this time was 19, and the other one was 11. So together those really, you know, just work together well. I also wanted to cover that up. So I've got a little piece of ephemera here, the same little swan that's there, and I just want to glue that there, and I may even leave it open as a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that really quick before I close the book and say it's done, so that we won't be seeing the back side of that where I glued it. So I'm just going to glue this really quick and attach that on there. And I think I'm going to glue a little piece of lace too at the bottom to cover up that edge. So I'm going to go right there. And that way we'll have one more little tuck spot right there, another little pocket. And I'm going to take another piece of this same little lace that I've been using, and I'm going to glue it right to the bottom here, just to kind of cover up the rest of that edge there. I just love all the pieces of this kit. So pretty. So I would just encourage you to go check it out, and she has other pretty kits too, so I'm sure there's something in there that you will find that you can work with and that you can make something beautiful with. So that finishes that off, and I'll consider this journal done, other than adding a little something in that pocket. So there's that. So when you open it up, you end up with two beautiful pictures. That's what I have. This is my design team project for Everlasting Journals. She is Christy Everlasting Journals on Instagram. So go to Etsy and check out her kit. If you liked what I created today and you want to try something with it, I think you would have fun and really like what you ended up with. So I'm so glad that y'all joined me today, and thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video, and I will be back soon. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, and know that I love you, and I will see you soon. God bless.